안녕모두. That means hello everybody in Korean. I'm not using my headphones today because I'm doing something else, so I need them for my phone. What we're doing is today the colour for today is purple, and purple balances the stimulation of red and the calm of blue. With a sense of mystic and royal qualities, purple is well liked by very creative or eccentric types and is the favourite colour of adolescent girls. And you can hear I sound better today because I don't have these in. Because I don't have my headphones in, I can hear my voice properly. So I know exactly how loud I'm being. So I'm not going to start screaming at you. I can't see how many times I've tried to record this. I started trying to record this at 4 o'clock. It is now coming up to 5. I've been trying this for an hour. I've changed my mind about what we're doing a lot today, and I've ultimately decided to just read chapter 2 of Ashley Bell because I just figured I should get that out of the way before I do much else, and I'm not done writing that song I want to do. So, it's an original song. Woo! So, chapter 2 of Ashley Bell. Love this book. Love it, love it, love it. Alright, now let's see. Is everyone sitting comfortably? Good. Then let's start chapter 2. 12 years later. Another day in paradise. That second Tuesday in March, with its terrible renovations and sudden threat of death, would have been the beginning of the end for some people, but Bibi Blair, I can't talk today, now 22, would eventually call it day 1. She woke at dawn and stood at the bedroom window, yawning and watching the still submerged sun announce its approach, with banners of coral pink light, until at last it surfaced and cruised westward. She liked sunrises, beginnings. Just going to let you guys all know now, my hair is wet. I have not dried it, and I'm currently sat on the towel. I'm not going into why I'm sat on the towel, but some of you might figure out why I'm sat on the towel. I also have a duvet. Ow! My leg's cramping. I walked a lot today. I walked a lot yesterday too. Day before. No, it was yesterday. Was it? I walked a lot over the past couple of days. I've walked around a lot. So, yeah. Let's keep reading because that's what we're here to do. And that's what all of you are here for. You are not here to listen to my rambles, you're here to listen to me read. Each day started with such promise. Anything good could happen. For Bibi, the word disappointment was reserved for evenings. If only that day had truly, totally sucked. And only if the day had truly, totally sucked. She was an optimist. Her mother had once said that, given lemons, Bibi wouldn't make lemonade. She would make lemon silo. Whatever that means. Silhouetted against the morning blue, the distant mountains seemed to be ramparts, protecting the magic kingdom of Orange County from the ugliness and disorder that plagued so much of the world these days. Across the California flatland, the tree-lined sun-grids and numerous parks of South Country's planned communities promised a smooth and tidy life of infinite charms. Yes, there's a hole in my wall. No, I don't know how it got there. I'm pretty sure it was there when we moved in. It was either there when we moved in, or it was there when I punched the wall, or I put it there when I punched the wall. Not long after we moved in. All I know is it's been there a while. And yes, I did punch the wall. I was very angry. I'm generally not that bad. Okay, reading. Bibi needed more than mere promise. At 22, she had big dreams. Though she didn't call them dreams, because dreams were wish-upon-a-star fantasies that rarely came true. Consequently, she called them expectations. She had great expectations, and she could see the means by which she would surely fulfill them. Sometimes she was able to imagine her future so clearly that it almost seemed as if she'd already lived it and was now remembering. Sorry, I have an itch, and it's by my ear, not in my ear. It's by my ear. To achieve your goals, imagination was almost as important as hard work. You couldn't win the prize if you couldn't imagine what it was and where it might be found. Staring at the mountains, you thought of the man she would marry, the love of her life, now half a world away in a place of blood and treachery. She refused to fear too much for him. He could take care of himself, in any circumstances. He was not a fairy tale hero, but a real one. The woman who would be his wife had an obligation to be as stoic as he was about the risk he faced. "Love you, Paxton," she murmured, as she often did, as if the declaration were a charm that would protect him, regardless of how many thousands of miles separated them. After showering and dressing for the day, after snaring the newspaper from the doorstep, she went into the kitchen just as her programme coffee maker drizzled the 6th cup into the Pyrex pot. The blend she preferred was fragrant and so rich in caffeine that the fumes alone would cure narcolepsy. Narcolepsy is a disease where you fall asleep a lot, I think. I'm going to wrap you up again. Actually, we're going to do this again. These videos will be a tad bit unprofessional. I don't care. Should I do that? No. No, I can't. Would you just like to stare at that? No? Okay. I need to find a place to put you where I won't accidentally. Let me move the mouse so I don't accidentally. Yeah. Now I know I accidentally can't start recording, but this is now sat on my keyboard. So I'm right up close and personal with you guys. Hello. This is awkward for me. I don't like having the camera this close, but I'm going to do it. My hair's a mess. Seriously, you can probably see me clearer now. Here we are. The vintage dinette chairs featured chrome-plated steel legs and seats upholstered in black vinyl. Very 1950s. She liked the 50s. The world hadn't gone crazy yet. As she sat at a chrome table with a red Formica cup paging through the newspaper, she drank her first copy of the day, which she called her Wind Me Up cup. To complete an age when electronic media delivered the news long before it appeared in print, the publisher of this paper chose to spend only a few pages on a major world and national events in order to reserve space for the long human interest stories involving country residents. As a novelist, Beebe approved. Like good fiction, the best history books were less about big events than about the people whose lives were affected by forces beyond their control. However, for every story about a wife fighting different government bureaucrats to get adequate care of her war-disabled husband, there was another story about someone who acquired an enormous collection of weird hats, or who was crusading to be allowed to marry his pet parrot. I'm pretty sure someone did marry a pet parrot once in Vegas. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do that. I might start on every Monday. I might start doing rants. I am looking at the camera. It doesn't look like I am because my camera is in a weird position. I'm looking directly into the camera. Well, I'm looking at the light next to the camera. But I'm very close now. I'm going to lean back. What I'm going to do as well is once a month, I'm going to do an update video. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me, anything new. And I'm also going to tell you every time I check it, which is going to be once a month to save my own skin, I'm going to tell you any changes in height and any changes in weight. Okay, let's get back onto this. Like her first cup, her second coffee was black, and Beebe drank it as she ate a chocolate croissant. In spite of all the propaganda, she didn't believe that oceans of coffee or a diet rich in butter and eggs was unhealthy. She ate what she wanted, almost in a spirit of defiance, remaining trim and healthy. She had one life. She meant to live it. Bacon and all. I personally don't eat bacon, but yes, that does sound a nice life to live. I actually have a very fast metabolism. The only reason I weigh as much as I do is because I don't exercise and I eat more than I should. But I'm working on it. I'm eating less and I'm getting out more, so we should see change soon. As she ate a second croissant, she got a bite that tasted as rancid as spoiled milk. She spat it onto her plate and wiped her tongue with a napkin. The bakery she frequented had always been reliable. She could see nothing wrong with the wad of pastry that she had spit out. She sniffed the croissant, but it smelled all right. No visible foreign substance tainted it. Tentatively, she took another bite. It tasted fine, or did it? Maybe the faintest trace of something. She put down the croissant. She'd lost her appetite. Today's newspaper was thick with weird hat collectors and the like. She put it aside. Carrying a third cup of coffee, she went into her office in the larger of the apartment's 2 bedrooms. At her computer, when she retrieved the unfinished short story she'd been writing, on and off for a few weeks, she stared for a while at her byline, Beebe Blair. Parents had named her Beebe, not because they were cruel or indifferent to the travails child saddled with an unusual name, but because they were light-hearted to a fault. Beebe, pronounced Beebe, came from the old French word bebelote, meaning toy or bauble. She was no one's toy, never had been, never would be. Another named derived from bubble up was bubbles. That would have been worse. She would have had to change bubbles to something less frivolous, or otherwise become a pole dancer. By her 16th birthday, she was accustomed to her name. By the time she was 20, she thought Phoebe Blair had a quirky sort of distinction. Nevertheless, sometimes she wondered if she would be taken seriously as a writer with such a name. You can't see the page when I turn it. Okay. She scrolled down the page from the byline and stopped at the second paragraph, where she saw the sentence that needed revision. When she began to type, her right hand served her well, but her left fumbled over the keys, scattering random letters across the screen. Her surprise turned to alarm when she realised that she could not feel the keys beneath her spasming fingers. The sense of touch had deserted them. Bewildered, she raised the traitorous hand, flexed the fingers, saw them move, but couldn't feel them moving. Although coffee had entirely rinsed away the rancid taste that had spoiled her enjoyment of the second croissant, with the same foulness filled her mouth again. She grimaced in disgust and with her right hand reached for the coffee. The rim of the cup rattled against her teeth, but the brew once more washed her tongue clean. Her left hand slipped off her keyboard and onto her lap. For a moment she couldn't move it, and in a panic she thought, paralysis. Suddenly a tingling filled the hand, the arm. Not that vibratal numbness followed a sharp blow to the elbow, but a crawling sensation, as if ants were swarming through flesh and bone. She rolled her chair away from the desk and got to her feet. The tingling spread through the entire left side of her body, from scalp to foot. Although Baby didn't know what was happening to her, she sensed that she was in mortal peril. She said, "But I'm only 22. And that's chapter 2. Leaves a cliffhanger. Wait. Okay. I recorded something else yesterday. I was reading something else yesterday, another book. A book in a series, I think it was. I don't quite remember. And that will be recorded. That will be posted probably after this. But that was actually the first one where I did the different voice thing and did this. But I forgot to post it last night. I fell asleep before I could post it because I recorded it kind of late. I didn't record it late. I recorded it about this time, but I fell asleep. Because I recorded it and then I ate and then I had to get a bath. And I just didn't have time. So yeah. I had makeup on yesterday too. And I recorded it because I've been out. So I'm going to stop this recording and you're probably going to see the other one come up. I think it's a series, but I don't. It's a series book, I know that, but I don't know if I have the rest of the books in the series. I could try and get my hands on them, but I don't even know if they're out yet. Let me check what the video is and I'll post it. Anyway, bye.